Can we make you rich? Stay tuned and find out. Welcome to Kramer's Millionaire Maker with Hilary Kramer, described as a one-woman financial investment powerhouse and as one of the best-known investors in America. Now, she's here every week to help you make money and make it to millionaire status or get that next $1 million. Here is the Millionaire Maker, Hilary Kramer.
And welcome to the show. Yes, this is Hilary Kramer, the Millionaire Maker, and it's getting more and more difficult for just anyone to invest in the market and see their money double, quadruple. Look, I'll tell you, we're in some frothy times here, but we know the future. The future is not the past. It's not software as a service. It is not, like data mining. It is not pandemic stay-at-home stocks. The future that we're going to be talking about today are electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles, and I'm not talking about Tesla. Tesla has been a market leader. It has introduced the world and the people who are going to be the financiers of the future and the leaders bringing so many companies out there to the public. But I don't mean Tesla. I'm going to give you companies that really will make you a millionaire. I have Tal Ben-Air with us. Tal is our analyst. He works on the technology, game-changing stocks. And Tal, what is your take? I want to make sure we have actionable advice tonight. And so we're going to be giving some stocks that everyone needs to be thinking about. Let's start with one of my favorites that we put our subscribers in this week, MicroVision, MVIS. Can you tell us about MicroVision and why it's going to be as big as Tesla one day?
Sure. So MicroVision is a great stock. It's mostly a technology company that focuses on laser beam sensing. That's what it does. It uses laser beams to sense the area around it, and it uses this in two ways. One, in combination with displays. So this could be used for very futuristic tech, like an iPhone screen type functionality, but instead of on an iPhone screen, it could be just on a projected picture on the wall. The second way that it uses its technology is in LiDAR. LiDAR technology is what autonomous vehicles and electric vehicles use, like Tesla uses, to sense the road around it. And without this technology, they can't pass safety inspection and safety standards to be put into cars and be allowed to be autonomous in the future. So this company, if this company makes its technology at a good price point, which it does, and is able to meet its newest milestone, which is in April, then it will be the company you want to be in.
MicroVision. Okay.
Yep.
Now, MicroVision, again, we have it in our newsletter, and we have the options. So we have call options because we do options as well as stocks. That's how much we have conviction around MicroVision's future, with its holographic capabilities, and that's one of the ways we're going to be directed and driving in the future as the future comes. Now, we have Ford and we have General Motors. Ford, as we all know, we think of the F-150, we think of the Mustang. Tell us what you think. Who's going to be the winner, Ford or General Motors in the electric vehicle, the U.S. electric vehicle competition there? And what stock should we be buying that they're backing? Or can we buy?
Okay, so Ford is backing a company that's private. You can't buy it yet, but I'm sure it's going to be in your IPO Edge newsletter eventually. It's called Rivian. You should look out for that. And
That's
Ford
right.
is definitely trying to be the leader. They are putting $22 billion in investment to make sure that they have an EV future. They're pledging that by 2026, they're going to have all of their passenger vehicles an EV option, and by 2030, a completely EV line. On the other hand, GM, they've already invested in a company that you already can invest in called Nikola. It IPO'd last year, and it's doing pretty well. It is trying to create a hydrogen fuel cell combo electric battery semi-truck. And that's what they've backed. They think it's going to do really well. And if they make that technology happen, they will do really well.
And Nikola was Tesla's first name, right? We know that.
That's right.
So Nikola,
exactly
Tesla,
right.
Tesla is the fancy cars, high-end, great, beautiful. It's like art, a Tesla, and people who drive them absolutely swear by them and love them, although you have to go to all those charging stations. And Nikola is the kind of semi-light truck version of what Tesla is. But when you look at the market cap, I was just looking, Tesla is a $740 billion market cap, and Nikola is just a few $1 billion market cap. So we could really see kind of an amazing growth in some of these companies, because I am the millionaire maker and that's my job. And that's why for well over a decade, I have had my investment newsletters that are all about not commentary. It's about action. It's about giving you stocks that are going to be tomorrow's massive, massive winners. Between Nikola, which is public and you can buy now, whereas Ford's Rivian, not yet, but we're going to be watching that. I mean, we're watching it carefully now. Where would you be going, MicroVision or Nikola, if you had to decide which one to invest in?
I like MicroVision because their technology, which in April we will see hit the market, is available for all companies and all cars to use. I mean, they are setting themselves up for great success if this LiDAR technology meets the milestones that they think it's going to. And it's in April, so don't forget, if you want to get in now, in 2, 3, 4 weeks from now, when everybody sees the next milestone marker met, that stock's already going to be pumped up. But now is
MVIS. You buy it and you will always be tuning into The Millionaire Maker or watching us on YouTube for sure. Okay, now what about FSR? That's another one I like a lot. Can you tell us about FSR? And if that's one, sure. I mean, it sounds like MicroVision, that's why we have options in our newsletter on it, which means it's shorter term play, as well as the stock. We have everyone in the stock and the options. But FSR, what's the timeline and what makes FSR special?
Okay, so FSR, it's Fisker. The special thing about them is they've been around for a long time. They have a very sustainable type of car. It's got solar panels on the roof. Everything's electric. It's got a beautiful design. Some people say that the design for Tesla's Model S was stolen from Fisker. I mean, everybody kind of, that's the way the world works.
The art of the steal like an artist. I'm sorry.
This company was recently got a price boost for a Morgan Stanley listed as one of their buys, and their price target of about 27. I believe the good price target for them is about 25. They're sitting at about 18 right now, so it's great profit to be made there. And the big news out right now, just recently they made a huge deal with auto parts maker Magna International, which is a distributor of parts for all the big guys, even Tesla. And when the company makes a big deal like that with a company like this, that's a sign that they're planning on selling a lot of cars.
Okay, now can we talk for a few minutes about SPACs, these special acquisition vehicles? Everyone's talking about investing in SPACs. And I have to do this because the way investing is taking place today, it's not just simple initial public offerings. A company lists either on the NASDAQ and then occasionally on the New York Stock Exchange. You buy the stock. Usually it's double by the time you buy into it, especially if it's like Snowflake, for example. But how as an investor, okay, because my opinion is stay away from just randomly buying into SPACs, right? It's like a blank check for just somebody who has access to money and has reputation of knowing what they're doing, but that doesn't mean, past performance means future performance, especially if they haven't been in this arena before. What should investors be thinking about, in your opinion?
Well, I think you hit it on the nail. These companies, why they do this is because they do get huge access to huge amounts of capital, and it's a big splash. When they come in, they blow up, sometimes double, triple in price, but then you've seen a couple tumble right back down. Why I think it's dangerous is for that one reason, but, if they're listening to you, Hillary, I think that as long as we give them the right picks, they should be fine, but these are not companies that you take lightly. You got to make sure you do your homework, or you let us do the homework for you, and you pick the right ones.
That's right, because in this market, everyone just sees everything go up, 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 especially like cryptocurrency, for example, which I'm going to be talking about towards the end of the show, because we saw cryptocurrency, we saw Bitcoin, which started the year under $10,000 a Bitcoin, and on Friday hit about $55,000 for a Bitcoin. A return of over 420% since January 1, so in about a 6-week period. And so everyone thinks that, you can't lose, that the market's just going to always go up. But as we know, and for those of you who have been around the block, you know that, a stock can go to zero. Equity can go down and disappear. It does happen. And you got to be really, really careful with what you're doing. I want everyone to stay with us because we have some more very compelling and important stocks that you must own in the electric vehicle, autonomous vehicle driving space, and we're going to explain more about that. Hilary Kramer, Millionaire Maker. Check me out. Please check me out. Sign up for my free weekly newsletter or sign up for IPO Edge, where we have all these companies trading newsletters, and we will be right back with more stocks that you better own now.